Hello, hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and this is another episode of Online Marketing Moves, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live today. Today is Friday, August the 13th, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? Ladies and gentlemen, it is close to midnight. early I was early I was recording, and one of the best things happened. I had my daughter in here. She was sleeping, so I said, her mom was making dinner, so I said we'll record, and the baby's sleeping, so we should be good. And of course, she interrupted me once, interrupted me twice, and then the third time she just started bawling. So I said, well, I guess we're gonna have to stop the tape and do another episode. So here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, but the show must go on. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about something important. Today, we're going to talk about mentality. Okay, we are going to talk about your mentality when it comes to this whole business, entrepreneurship, marketing. We're going to talk about your mentality and see where you fit in. Now, I bring this up. We all know the great Michael Jordan. We all know people like Wayne Gretzky, Tom Brady. These people are great athletes, and in clutch situations, these are the people that you get the ball to, the puck to, whatever. Michael Jordan, last shot. We think about him, 1998. Brian Russell tripped. Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot. Poetry in motion. Okay, there's plenty of times Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot when he's a freshman in North Carolina when they played against Georgetown to lead the North Carolina Tar Heels to the NCAA championship. So he's been hitting game-winning shots from the time he was in college all the way to the end of his career. But there are plenty of nights when Michael Jordan missed. There are plenty of nights where he didn't have the best game. There's plenty of times where he lost the game. He lost. And the thing about losing is when you fall off the bike, it's very simplistic. A lot of stuff I'm saying you already know, but for some reason, people just don't do it. And you fall off the wagon. Let's say you try something and it doesn't work. I'll give you a good example. When I was 22, 23, I tried network marketing. I tried to do MLM, and it just wasn't for me at the time. At the time, I was more I was more interested in watching the Cubs play baseball that month than worrying about trying to make money, because I really didn't. It didn't. I was like, yeah, it's too much, because they wanted you to go to the mall and talk to people and this, that, and the other. And I thought, I'm just sitting at home. It had been a long time since I was around my dad. And me and him, we was enjoying baseball. We was enjoying drinking beer, having a nice time together. And I thought, man, I don't want to do all that. So I went to a few meetings, went to one little thing, and I was like, yeah, this just ain't for me. And at the time, it wasn't, I mean, it was what it was. But one thing that I didn't do is I didn't harp on it. I didn't think much about it. I didn't say it was a failure. I didn't say, I moved on. And a few years later, not a few years later, a lot of years later, but the opportunity arose again to do MLM. And I thought, I give it another try, because the first time I didn't give it much effort. I really didn't put in any time. So the second time, I put in some effort, gave it the old college try, as they say. Made a few bucks, you know. I can't say that, I became a millionaire. I became a millionaire, which I did not. But, the point is, I went in and tried it and did it. It was cool. I made a few bucks and then I was done. I was like, I want to do something else when it comes to internet marketing, when it comes to doing this other stuff. So I pivoted and moved on. But the one thing I didn't do is, how, because a lot of people, now they make these videos. We talked about negativity yesterday. We talked about negativity and people making videos, reaction videos, negative videos, which is, fine. It's great. Everybody has a lane, everybody has a niche, and sometimes getting into a niche that a lot of people is not into is the best thing you can do. But they have these people making all these videos about reactions and negativity about different things. And one of the things that they make videos about is multi-level marketing. Now, I'm not into multi-level marketing. It is what it is. To me, you could do it. You have to have a certain skill set. You have to have a certain personality. And I'm just not that person. I'm not that person for that. But it's not for me. It's definitely not for me. It's definitely not for a lot of people. But the way they make it sound, the way they sell it to you, it sounds like the dream. It sounds like the opportunity. But we both know you gotta improve. You gotta work at it. You gotta hone it. And a lot of people, they're not willing to do that. A lot of people want the fast way. They want the microwave way. They want the lottery. Give me a lottery ticket. But then, so if it doesn't happen within a month, they're like, scam, didn't work. And then, because when people buy stuff, they justify why they bought. And a lot of times when you fail, you try to justify why you failed. So when you fail at the MLM, and a lot of you have done this, it doesn't matter what it is. When you fail at something, a lot of people, they go and they go watch video, because now like 2002, there was no videos, there was no nothing for me to watch. I just was like, I don't want to do it. And that was it. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to post about it. I didn't have to talk about it. I didn't have to go look at it. I didn't have to go search out a bunch of videos. But now they have YouTube, they have all this stuff, podcasts and all this stuff. So when you fail at something, and we'll use MLM for example. Say you fail at an MLM, and first thing you'll do, you'll go to YouTube and you'll put MLM scams, and these all these videos will pop up. Oh, multi-level marketing is a pyramid scheme. It doesn't work, and you're like, and then you start justifying. Yeah, 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 yeah. You start doing all this justification. Then you start feeling good about yourself, but really, you are not justifying yourself. You are more putting yourself in the loser category. That's what losers do. Losers create stories for themselves to justify why they didn't make it, to justify why they are not where they want to be. You have to take each day on as a new day. Every day is different. There's no, this ain't Bill Murray's Groundhog Day. Every day is different. Every day is new. You can build upon your success. Let's say if you want to do multi-level marketing, we're just using that as an example. But let's say if somebody told you it'll take 10 years for you to make, if somebody told you it'll take you 10 years to start making $25,000 a month in multi-level marketing, are you willing to do that? That's the key. The stuff might be hard. The stuff might be complicated. It might be hard for you, might be not so hard for the next person. But if they told you, hey, 10 years from now, you're gonna make $25,000 a month, would you sign up for that? What if they had a crystal ball of the exact time, the exact day that you were gonna start making, the goal, the oversold $10,000 a month? When would you sign up for it? What if somebody told you It's going to take you 20 years, Let's say you're 30. Let's say when you're 50, you'll start making this $10,000 a month. Are you willing to put in the work? Or are you willing to put in the time? Or are you going to do it for a month, quit, and then tell us the story about how MLMs are a scam because you couldn't do it within a month? And most people are not going to start making money within a month. I see a lot of people like this company I was an affiliate for, still am, but we only talk about it through the email. No need to waste time on a podcast. But they do these daily videos, and they talk about how so and so has a big following on the TikTok and all that stuff. But a big following doesn't mean anything if you're not making any money. You know what I mean? So what is that? But you'll see people, and I'm sure you'll see when people read that caption, they talk about how they got 100,000 followers or whatever. And I'm sure somebody goes, "Well, I don't have 100,000 followers. I don't have 100,000 followers. I'm not making any money, so I quit." And then they'll go on YouTube, type in the name of this company, and they'll put blah 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 scam. You know, and so there'll be enough videos to pop up, and they'll say scam, and people like, "See, I knew it was a scam from the word go." No, it's only a scam now because you're not making it, you're not succeeding. So that is a loser mentality, and until you get out of that, until you stop thinking like a loser, then you will be in that category. Don't run to justify why you're not making it. Figure out what's going on. Figure out, are you a bad host? Is your content bad? Is your material bad? Figure out, what are you doing wrong. It's not about it. You can make anything work, really, but you have to put in the time, you have to put in the sweat, you have to put in the effort. You have to gain some knowledge, you have to gain some skills. And things can work, but you have to, be the most important thing you can do is be consistent. But a lot of people, they're not disciplined, they have no consistency. And so they will, it's just like podcasts. People, there's so many podcasts. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of podcasts, and there's a lot of people like, hey, I got a podcast. This person has a podcast. That person has a podcast. So when somebody says it's hard to make it in podcasts, yes, it is. But if you show up every day, do your thing, and don't worry about everybody else, then eventually I bet you'll break through the ceiling. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a challenge, but you can do it. And that's the same as YouTube, because a lot of people will tell you, there's so many. I had a cousin, he told me, he said, "Oh man, YouTube is booked up. There's so many people on YouTube, but there's always a lane you can create. There's always something that you can do. There's always videos. You are probably more entertaining than the next person. So if you can figure out how to be entertaining, you can figure out how to, entertain and give people good information, then you too will make it, my friend. But it's going to take time. It's going to take some effort. It's not about running to the blogs or the whatever and going, yeah, that stuff don't work because I tried it and it didn't work. You probably tried it for a week and then you decide to quit. You are a quitter. You are a, kind of a loser. It's kind of a loser mentality. So don't be a loser. You know what I mean? Tighten up and get it together. Pull your head out your backside, as they say, and don't worry about if you stop focusing on everything that's around you and focus on you and the task at hand, then you'll be 98% ahead in the game. All right. So stop justifying why. You don't have to justify why you buy stuff, and you don't have to justify why the thing you're trying to do is not working. Figure it out. And you'll be A-OK. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. All right. That is it for the podcast. We will be back tomorrow with an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, email the show, Tony@onlinemarketingmoves.com, What are you waiting for? We're going to start a question of the day. And that's it. Goodbye. Good night. And I'll see you later. And as always, everybody, peace.